Have you ever felt ignored by your children, wondering how to deal with their disrespect without losing your cool? You're not alone. In today's video, we're diving into a powerful 6-step method that can transform these delicate situations into opportunities for growth and understanding. You'll discover practical strategies that not only help you regain serenity but also foster better communication with your children. So stay tuned until the end to learn how to navigate these challenges effectively and create a more harmonious family environment. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. Step 1. Keep your emotions in check. The first and perhaps most critical step in addressing situations where your children ignore or disrespect you is to master your emotional response. It's natural, even human, to feel a surge of anger, frustration, or hurt in these moments. After all, you invest deeply in your children, and their disregard can feel personal and upsetting. However, while these emotions are entirely valid, allowing them to dictate your actions is rarely constructive. Reacting out of anger or frustration can often make the situation worse. It can lead to unnecessary conflict, a communication breakdown, or even create more tension in a relationship. Therefore, it's crucial to hit pause before responding. Taking a deep breath or stepping away momentarily to collect yourself can make a world of difference. When you give yourself the space to breathe and calm down, you regain control over your reactions. This not only helps avoid escalation, but also sends a clear message to your children: you are in charge of your emotions, and you won't be provoked into a hasty response. The ability to remain calm in the face of disrespect or defiance shows a level of maturity and strength that children will notice, even if they don't immediately acknowledge it. Over time, they may begin to reflect on their behavior, realizing that their attempts to push boundaries or trigger emotional reactions from you aren't working as intended. Your steadiness becomes a model of resilience and patience. Moreover, staying calm allows for clearer thinking. When we're angry, our judgment becomes clouded, and we may say or do things that we later regret. An impulsive reaction, like shouting or making a harsh statement, can deepen the divide between you and your child. It might hurt them emotionally, causing them to shut down or rebel further. Words spoken in anger often linger, potentially leaving scars that take a long time to heal. On the other hand, when you manage your emotions effectively, you allow yourself to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This leads to healthier, more productive conversations where real issues can be addressed without the cloud of frustration hanging over the interaction. This process of managing emotions is not about suppressing or ignoring how you feel. It's important to acknowledge your emotions honestly. Anger, disappointment, or frustration are all part of being a parent. However, constructively managing these feelings means you don't allow them to control your behavior. It's about learning how to channel those emotions into responses that foster understanding and growth rather than further conflict. This is an important lesson not only for yourself but for your children as well. By modeling how to handle strong emotions with grace and composure, you show them that it's possible to experience frustration or anger without letting it lead to destructive behavior. Children are constantly observing and learning from their parents' behavior. When they see you remain composed during challenging moments, they learn that self-control and emotional maturity are possible even when things get tough. Over time, this example can have a profound impact on how they handle their own emotions. They may start to reflect that staying calm, rather than reacting impulsively, leads to better outcomes. Your ability to maintain emotional control becomes a teaching tool, showing them that difficulties can be faced with maturity, respect, and clear thinking. In turn, this can positively influence their reactions to conflict. When children are met with calm responses rather than emotional outbursts, they are more likely to feel safe and understood, which can lead to a more open and respectful dialogue. They may begin to approach you with greater respect, knowing that their behavior doesn't rattle you and that you are open to constructive communication. This can improve the overall relationship, creating an environment where trust and respect flourish. As they grow and encounter conflicts outside the home, whether with peers, teachers, or in future relationships, the lessons they've learned from your calm demeanor will continue to guide them. They'll understand that reacting impulsively only fuels problems, while staying calm and thinking things through leads to better resolutions. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Step 2. Show understanding without giving in. Once you have given yourself the time to calm down and regain emotional balance, it's essential to take a step back and carefully assess the situation. Instead of reacting immediately with authority, criticism, or frustration, shift your focus to truly observing what is happening. This pause allows you to evaluate the context of your children's behavior, recognizing that what you see on the surface might not reflect the full picture. Children often act out not because they intend to cause trouble, but because they are struggling with deeper, unexpressed emotions such as fear, insecurity, or stress. By taking the time to think about what might be motivating their actions, you can move beyond just responding to the behavior and start addressing the emotions that drive it. It's important to remember that showing understanding and empathy does not mean that you are condoning or tolerating disrespectful behavior. Empathy in this context is about acknowledging that there might be underlying issues fueling your children's actions, which could include emotional struggles, unspoken concerns, or challenges that they haven't been able to verbalize. When you approach the situation with empathy, you're demonstrating that you're willing to listen and understand where they are coming from, which is a key part of fostering a more constructive and open dialogue between you and your children. Empathy, however, must be balanced with firmness. Showing understanding doesn't mean you are surrendering control or authority. It means you are creating a space where your children feel safe to express themselves, knowing that they will be heard and not immediately judged. This is not a sign of weakness, but rather a sign of strength in your role as a parent who seeks to build a bridge of communication. When your children feel like their emotions and perspectives are valued, they are more likely to trust you with their true feelings, leading to more honest and effective conversations. Furthermore, this approach encourages your children to open up and share what they are experiencing internally. Often the behaviors we see are just the tip of the iceberg. There may be complex emotions driving those actions, and by showing that you are willing to understand, you allow your children to feel supported in working through their feelings. This can be particularly important during difficult times when children may be overwhelmed or unable to clearly express what they are going through. By showing understanding, you position yourself as a parent who is interested in the root cause of the problem, not just the symptoms. Addressing the deeper emotional drivers behind their behavior allows you to respond in a way that goes beyond quick fixes or punishments. Instead, you are working to resolve the underlying issues that could prevent future conflicts. In the long run, this helps build a stronger, more trusting relationship with your children, where they feel safe coming to you with their problems, knowing that they will be met with compassion and understanding, rather than immediate judgment or criticism. This process of showing empathy while maintaining firm boundaries helps set the stage for a healthier, more balanced parent-child relationship. It teaches your children that while their actions have consequences, their emotions are valid and deserving of attention. They learn that they can approach you with honesty, knowing that you will not only hold them accountable for their behavior but also help them navigate the complex emotions behind it. Understanding the root of the behavior, rather than merely reacting to the surface, allows you to guide your children toward better emotional regulation and problem-solving skills. This approach fosters mutual respect and paves the way for more meaningful connections within the family. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Step 3. Set clear boundaries calmly. It is important to remember that even when you approach situations with understanding and patience, setting clear and consistent boundaries is a non-negotiable part of effective parenting. Boundaries act as a guidepost for children, helping them navigate acceptable and unacceptable behavior. When discussing these limits, it's essential to remain calm, composed, and clear. Clearly articulate what behaviors are appropriate and which are not. It's not enough to simply mention the boundaries once. Repetition and consistency are key to making sure they are understood and respected. When explaining the boundaries, it's crucial to also define the consequences that will occur if those boundaries are crossed. However, this should be done in a non-threatening, non-argumentative tone. There is no need to raise your voice or use authoritative language. Instead, you should be firm but calm, assertive but composed. This approach avoids creating unnecessary tension or emotional confrontation, which can lead to power struggles or resentment. Instead, children will see the boundaries as part of the natural order of things, not as arbitrary rules imposed in moments of frustration or anger. Boundaries are vital for giving children structure and a sense of security, as they need a framework within which they can operate. Without clear boundaries, children may feel confused or unsure of what is expected of them, leading to anxiety or acting out in search of limits. At the same time, the boundaries must strike a delicate balance. Too rigid, and children may feel stifled or controlled; too lenient, and they may feel like their behavior has no repercussions. Finding this balance is key. Boundaries should be firm but fair, giving children the freedom to explore and learn while ensuring they understand that their actions have consequences. The way you communicate the consequences of boundary violations is just as important as the boundaries themselves. When a child crosses a boundary, responding with calmness and consistency helps them understand that consequences are not punishments delivered in anger, but rather the natural outcome of their choices. This teaches them a valuable life lesson that every action they take has an effect. For instance, if a child disrespects a rule, calmly explaining that the consequence is a loss of a privilege or some other form of discipline helps them link cause and effect. This method avoids feelings of being unfairly treated, which can arise when boundaries and consequences are enforced inconsistently or emotionally. Consistent enforcement of boundaries not only benefits the child in the short term by helping them navigate their current environment, but also prepares them for the realities of the world beyond their home. Life outside the family unit operates on a similar principle. Actions lead to consequences, whether they be rewards or repercussions. By internalizing this connection from an early age, children are better equipped to handle the complexities of social interactions, school environments, and eventually, the workplace and broader society. Moreover, setting clear boundaries encourages children to develop a strong sense of self-discipline and responsibility. When children know what is expected of them and understand the consequences of their actions, they are more likely to develop the ability to regulate their behavior. This self-regulation is an essential skill that will serve them throughout their lives, helping them make better decisions, resist temptations, and manage their impulses effectively. In the long run, clear and consistent boundaries foster a healthier parent-child relationship. My children may initially push against these boundaries, as testing limits is a natural part of their development. However, they will come to appreciate the structure and guidance that boundaries provide. This creates a dynamic of trust and mutual respect. When children know that boundaries are set out of care and that consequences are fair and reasonable, they are more likely to respect the rules and the parents who enforce them. Over time, this trust forms the foundation for open communication and stronger bonds between parents and children. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Step 4. Set the example you want to see. Children are remarkably perceptive and tend to absorb the lessons of life more from observing their parents and caregivers than from the explicit instructions they receive. Research has consistently shown that children learn better through example rather than through words alone. This fundamental truth highlights the importance of modeling the behaviors and values you wish to instill in your children. If you desire respect from them, it is crucial that you consistently demonstrate respect in your interactions with them and others. If you want them to be attentive and listen to your guidance, you must first show them that you are genuinely willing to listen to their thoughts and feelings. In every household, there are moments of tension and conflict. How you handle these situations is a teaching opportunity. Your children are keen observers, watching closely to see how you react during stressful times. Whether it's a disagreement with a partner, a challenging situation at work, or an unexpected family crisis, your responses provide a living lesson. Demonstrating calmness, patience, and conflict resolution skills in these moments teaches your children valuable life skills. When they see you remain composed and approach challenges thoughtfully, they learn that it is possible to navigate difficult situations without resorting to anger or frustration. Being a good example does not imply that you need to be perfect. Rather, it requires a commitment to consistency and authenticity in your actions. Children are quick to notice inconsistencies between what you say and what you do. For instance, if you advocate for honesty, but they catch you in a lie, it can undermine your credibility. However, when they observe you practicing the principles you espouse, whether it's integrity, kindness, or responsibility, they will develop a deeper trust in you. This trust is crucial. It establishes a safe space for open communication and encourages them to approach you with their thoughts, concerns, and questions. And consider how your actions speak volumes about your values. If you want your children to value listening, make it a point to be present when they are speaking to you. Show interest in their lives by asking questions and engaging in conversations about their interests, dreams, and even their struggles. When they share their experiences with you, take the time to listen attentively, validate their feelings, and respond thoughtfully. This not only reinforces the importance of listening but also strengthens the bond of trust between you. Respect is another critical value to instill in children. If you expect them to treat others with respect, even in times of disagreement, you must model this behavior in your interactions with them. For instance, during moments of conflict, instead of raising your voice or dismissing your opinions, engage in respectful dialogue. Acknowledge their perspective, even if you disagree, and express your viewpoint calmly. This approach teaches them that it is possible to have differing opinions without resorting to disrespectful behavior. The example you set extends beyond the confines of your home. It will influence how your children relate to others in their lives. As they grow, the values they internalize from you will guide their interactions with peers, teachers, and eventually colleagues and partners. They will learn to treat others with kindness and respect, understanding the importance of empathy and cooperation. Conversely, if they witness negative behavior such as anger, disrespect, or dishonesty, they may come to see these traits as acceptable or normal, impacting their future relationships negatively. Step 5. Create moments of connection outside of conflict. While it is crucial to address instances as disrespectful behavior, it is equally vital to cultivate a strong, positive relationship with your children outside of conflict situations. This proactive approach can significantly impact your family's dynamics, fostering a sense of security and respect that extends beyond moments of disagreement. To achieve this, consider setting aside dedicated time for quality interactions, free from distractions such as phones, televisions, or other interruptions. This time should be focused solely on engaging with your children, allowing for open dialogue and mutual understanding. Whether it's through casual conversations during dinner, one-on-one outings to a favorite park, or shared hobbies that you both enjoy, these interactions can create a rich tapestry of memories that reinforce your bond. In these moments, it's important to not only talk but also to listen actively. Encourage your children to express their thoughts, feelings, and concerns, and make a conscious effort to validate their emotions. This practice not only enhances communication but also teaches them the value of empathy and understanding. When children feel heard and acknowledged, they are more likely to reciprocate that respect in their interactions with you and others. Additionally, participating in activities together, whether it's playing sports, crafting, cooking, or simply going for walks, can strengthen your emotional connection. Shared experiences can serve as the foundation for deeper conversations and help build a sense of teamwork and collaboration. Engaging in fun activities allows both you and your children to let your guard down, fostering a sense of comfort and closeness. This atmosphere of positivity can significantly reduce the frequency and intensity of conflicts, making it easier to navigate disagreements when they arise. As you create these moments of connection, you are not just building a relationship, you are establishing a foundation of trust and affection that will carry through the ups and downs of family life. Children who feel cherished and accepted are more likely to exhibit respect and consideration, even during challenging times. The emotional security that comes from a strong parent-child bond serves as a protective factor, encouraging children to approach conflicts with a mindset of cooperation rather than confrontation. It is also essential to recognize that building these connections is an ongoing process. It requires consistent effort and a willingness to adapt as your children grow and their interests evolve. Be mindful of their changing needs and continue to seek out new opportunities for connection. Whether it's exploring new activities together or simply being present in their lives, your commitment to nurturing this bond will pay dividends in the long run. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 4 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Step 6. Give them space to reflect. After you have calmly addressed the situation and established clear, firm boundaries, it is essential to give your children the opportunity to reflect on their behavior. This moment of pause is crucial. It allows them to process what has been discussed without the pressure of immediate feedback or reaction. Instead of pushing them for a quick response or expecting a sudden change, recognize that personal growth, especially in understanding complex emotions like respect and accountability, often unfolds gradually over time. Providing this space for reflection creates a nurturing environment where your children can engage in thoughtful consideration of their actions. Encourage them to contemplate the impact of their behavior not just on themselves but on others as well. This self-reflection is invaluable. It enables them to draw connections between their actions and their consequences, fostering a deeper understanding of the values you aim to instill in them. It's important to remember that when children are pressured to respond or change their behavior quickly, they may feel cornered or defensive. This can lead to resistance rather than growth, making it less likely that they will genuinely internalize the lessons being taught. Instead, allowing them the freedom to reflect at their own pace encourages a more authentic engagement with the concepts of respect and responsibility. They are more likely to come to their own conclusions and insights, which can lead to lasting behavioral changes. Reflection also gives children the chance to practice self-assessment, a crucial skill for personal development. By analyzing their behavior in light of your discussions, they can begin to understand the significance of the boundaries you have set and why they matter. This process promotes a sense of ownership over their actions. They learn that it's not just about adhering to rules imposed by someone else, but about understanding the deeper principles that underlie those rules. As they take this time to reflect, you may notice them grappling with their thoughts and feelings, which is entirely normal. This internal struggle is part of the maturation process and can be quite beneficial. It signifies that they are beginning to comprehend the complexities of their emotions and the moral implications of their choices. Allowing them to navigate this process without interference demonstrates your trust in their ability to learn and grow. Encourage open dialogue during this time, inviting them to share their thoughts when they feel ready. This can be done by asking open-ended questions that prompt further exploration of their feelings and motivations, but do so gently. The goal is to facilitate discussion without imposing your views too forcefully. For instance, you might ask, "What do you think about how things went down?" Or "How do you think your actions affected others?" Such questions can spark meaningful conversations that help them articulate their feelings and gain insight into their behaviors. Ultimately, the objective of allowing this space for reflection is to cultivate a sense of self-awareness in your children that surpasses mere compliance with rules. This self-awareness is much more powerful than any reprimand or discipline. It empowers them to navigate future situations with greater insight, empathy, and consideration for others. Remember, maturation requires patience and understanding. With the right support and encouragement, you will observe that the lessons learned during this reflective period will take root more deeply. Over time, your children will develop a stronger moral compass and a clearer understanding of the importance of respect in their interactions with others. They will grow not only as individuals, but as compassionate members of society, equipped with the tools necessary to face challenges with integrity and understanding. Now that you've gained insight into these 6 steps to handle disrespect in a calm and constructive manner, let's dive a little deeper into some additional strategies that will further strengthen your bond with your children and enhance your communication with them. First and foremost, it's crucial to master the art of letting go when it comes to minor conflicts. And not every disagreement or provocation requires a reaction. Often we find ourselves tempted to address every small issue, but in doing so, we risk creating an environment where every interaction feels like a battleground. It's essential to recognize that sometimes the best course of action is simply to let go of the insignificant provocations that arise in daily life. This does not mean ignoring genuine problems or sweeping issues under the rug. Rather, it's about discerning when intervention is necessary and when stepping back allows space for natural development. By choosing not to react to every minor disruption, you send a powerful message to your children, teaching them that not every inconvenience or frustration needs to escalate into conflict. This can foster a more peaceful home environment where emotional maturity is modeled daily. Another powerful tool in fostering a respectful relationship is involving your children in family decisions. Often children act out because they feel powerless or unheard. By including them in discussions about decisions that impact their lives, you provide them with a sense of belonging and responsibility. Whether it's planning a family vacation, setting household rules, or even determining what's for dinner, allowing them to have a voice fosters their decision-making skills and helps them feel valued. They begin to understand that respect is a two-way street, where their opinions matter, but so do the responsibilities that come with being part of a family. This involvement nurtures problem-solving skills and cultivates a deeper appreciation for mutual respect. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 5 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Additionally, it's vital to acknowledge and celebrate their progress. As parents, it's easy to zero in on negative behavior or focus on areas where our children need improvement. But to create a more balanced and positive dynamic, take the time to notice even the smallest of positive changes. Whether it's a kind gesture they made, an improvement in their attitude, or a situation they handled better than before, acknowledging these moments is key. A simple "I noticed how you stayed calm when your sister took your toy today." that shows a lot of maturity can work wonders. A praise doesn't have to be grandiose, it just needs to be sincere. Positive reinforcement not only motivates them to continue with good behavior, but also strengthens their self-esteem, fostering a healthier emotional outlook. Equally important is your willingness to show vulnerability and admit when you've made a mistake. Too often we believe that as parents we need to project infallibility. But the truth is that admitting when you've overreacted or mishandled a situation shows your children that growth is an ongoing process for everyone. Apologizing to them when appropriate doesn't undermine your authority, it humanizes you and models accountability. When they see you owning up to your mistakes, they'll better understand that making errors is part of the learning process. It teaches them humility, self-reflection, and the importance of making amends, all of which are critical life skills. Lastly, always keep a long-term perspective in mind. Family relationships, like all meaningful connections, evolve gradually. Real and lasting change doesn't happen in a single conversation or even a few weeks. It's the result of sustained effort over time. Each small step toward greater understanding, patience, and respect contributes to a more solid, lasting relationship. So don't be disheartened if progress seems slow or if setbacks occur. Keep in mind that every act of patience, every moment of calm reflection, and every small victory builds the foundation of a stronger bond. With consistency, the benefits of your efforts will reveal themselves, and over time you will see the profound impact of these changes in your family dynamics. By incorporating these strategies alongside the 6 steps you've already learned, you're equipped to handle the daily challenges of parenting with more serenity and confidence. Your journey toward building a harmonious family environment is ongoing, and with each effort you make, you're laying the groundwork for a home built on mutual respect, understanding, and lasting connection. So how do you react when your children ignore or disrespect you? Now, you have the tools to manage these moments with greater calm and emotional intelligence. By staying composed, showing empathy without compromising your boundaries, and maintaining clear expectations, you're not only improving your relationship with them, but also guiding them toward a more respectful, responsible, and conscious path. Patience, communication, and mutual respect will bring transformative changes in your family life. Thank you for joining us in exploring these essential steps to handle disrespect from your children with calmness and understanding. We hope you've gained valuable insights and practical strategies to improve your family dynamics. What have you learned so far? We'd love to hear from you. Please comment below on one key takeaway you plan to practice in your life. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more valuable content on parenting and personal growth. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you in the next video.